So I was up really late last night and I was just thinking about how much my life has changed in the past few years, and I was proud of myself because a few years ago I experienced the absolute darkest time of my life. Some of you may know I was in a very abusive situation with the person that I was with. Um, every aspect of me was controlled. I lost a lot of friends. I wasn't able to see family as much as I wanted to. I was just controlled in every way, shape, and form, and I was so unhappy. And the thing about being unhappy in that sense is that I had a very low self esteem. I had not learned self love. And when you have a negative outlook on life, and when you can't see past the bad, you attract more and more bad. So it's just bad situation on top of bad situation. And it was just awful. I was severely depressed. I was severely suicidal. I saw no hope in life. So, how does one go from having no hope and losing so much of oneself to how I feel now about life? And it's the fact that I know God always has a plan. So, while I was in the healing process, the first few years after finally getting myself out of that situation, I told myself, I can't bear this pain and I don't want to think about, everything I gone through. So I was drinking. I was doing anything I could to numb myself. I just didn't want to feel pain. I didn't want to feel the regret. I didn't want to feel like the failure I felt like. But one thing I learned is when you turn to other things to kind of numb out the pain, not only are you numbing out the pain and the hurt and the regret, but you're also numbing out the love and the blessings and the healing. So it wasn't until maybe 2 or 3 years after the entire situation where I was able to kind of brush that stuff to the side. And I realized I need to feel. And it sucks feeling sometimes because, humans, we're made to do anything we can to avoid pain. But what I learned now is that pain is such a beautiful thing. Pain reminds us that we are alive. Pain reminds us that we feel, that we have some sort of morality. And I was able to get through it. And so now, after years of just going through so much and, seeing life for what it is and seeing people for what they are, I learned one thing. Everything we get in life is a result of our attitude and the way that we see things. Now, while I was going through this bad situation, I had low self-esteem, I had low self-love. I was blocking so many blessings, and I was attracting nothing but negativity. And for years, I had blamed this person. But the truth is, it wasn't this person. Because if I was to come across somebody like this person, they wouldn't get past day 2 with me. It's not something that would happen because I know better now. So it wasn't that person's fault. What I thought was a devil's advocate was God's greatest gift to me. Because it takes getting so much of what you don't want to realize what it is that you do want in life. So everything's good. I got myself out of that situation to where I am now. I was always a social person. I've always been extremely ambitious, extremely passionate, and I've always wanted to be something big in life. I knew that there was a calling for me. I wasn't sure what it was, and I'm still figuring that out. But I know that God has something big in store for me. So how do you go from being depressed and suicidal and feeling worthless to being so happy and getting so many blessings in life? And that is our outlook on life. So something I wish I realized before is that when my parents would tell me things like, you probably shouldn't hang out with that person, or we see something bad there, or, let's say this just doesn't feel right, I wish I had listened. As children, we are so hard-headed. And we think that what our parents are telling us is just, oh, they want to control my life. They don't want me to be happy. Let me just do this. Let me go behind their back. And it's complete bull. It is. And I wish I knew now, because right now my mother is my best friend. And my father will do absolutely anything for me. And I see that now, and I have a respect for them that I don't think you gain for your parents until you go through something. So right now, I would say I am in the best part of my life. I'm not the richest person. I am not the prettiest person. There's so much that could use work, but why am I so happy? It's my positive outlook. Seriously, nothing gets me mad anymore. Um, it's just, there's certain things in life that we have to block out. I try to stay away from the news because the news is so depressing. There's pressing issues that we have to, look at. And that's something that I don't completely ignore, but it's just sometimes you kind of have to put it on the back burner so that you can do what's good for you. So ever since I got that new outlook, I just noticed so many blessings coming into my life, so many things falling into place. And, I have lost people on the way getting to where I am now. And anything that happens in my life is a blessing. Even if it's something that looks bad at the moment, it's a blessing. You know, I am so grateful for the strength that I have built for myself in the past few years, because something that I have always wanted to do since then is reach out to women and to people all over the world, because I think it is so important to instill self-love, to instill what the idea of healthy or unhealthy is in certain situations in life. We are taught that, you know, you shouldn't throw out something that's broken, which I agree. If you're in a relationship and, things are rocky, there are certain things that you should try to fix. But once the respect is out the window, once you're no longer getting what really makes you happy down in your core, you just have to walk away. And my walk away game is so strong. I used to fight so much to keep things in my life that I thought was something that I would want. But now, the moment something wrong is done to me, or the moment someone's energy doesn't, mix with mine, I'm not mean about it. I'm not impolite about it. I'm just saying, you know what? We have different energies. I completely respect you as a person and as a human being, but I just can't associate myself with you. Anytime I see somebody negative, I stay away from it. I only hang out and put myself around people that are doing more than I am, or who can help me get to a further place in life, because I feel like God has placed these people in front of me for a reason. I think once we are able to embrace our stories, to embrace our past, and grow from it, we're going to realize that our pain is God getting us prepared. And I've always said in the past that the bigger your pain, the bigger your story, the bigger things you're going to be able to accomplish in life. I had a friend that came up to me recently that she was going through something similar, and it wasn't a physically abusive situation, it was more of an emotionally abusive situation. And I saw her so heartbroken and just in a very lost place. She was in the same situation I was. She can't talk to friends about it anymore because they're sick and tired of hearing it. But the thing is, while she's crying to me and while she's telling me all those things, I can't help but smile. And I know she must think I am absolutely crazy, but I'm like, baby girl, don't you understand? You are going through the most beautiful thing. God is preparing you for so much, because she is so smart and she is so beautiful and she has so much going for her in life. And even though she's so hurt right now, I am so happy because I know God is preparing her for something huge. So we need to learn. What do we learn from stuff like that? If we don't learn a lesson in life, life has a way of teaching us that lesson again. So when you learn something, literally take away everything that you're getting from that situation. I don't get myself into situations like that anymore. I know better, and it breaks my heart when I see women going through something similar, because we cannot change people, we cannot change situations, but we can change how we look at situations, and we can control who we're around. So always surround yourself with good people. Our life is determined by our attitude, and ever since I got this good attitude, there are so many blessings around me. I am so grateful for what I have. I don't have a Maserati. I don't have a private plane. I don't have millions of dollars in the bank. But this is the happiest I have ever been in my life. And to that person that hurt me and did everything they could to break me down, God bless you. I don't know where I would have been without you. And you are the reason why all these blessings are coming for me. And I thank my mother so much for all the prayers and all the time she spent worrying about me. There is nothing more powerful in this world than a mother's prayer. And, now I see myself seeking out God, and it's something that I never saw in my past. And life has given me so much experience at such a young age. And I am so, so, so blessed because of that. So my thing is, if you are going through pain, if you are going through something that you think you'll never get over, learn to smile. Learn to see the good in it. Learn to see the good in every situation. If something bad happens, it is God's will. And there's something to learn from it, and there's something larger than you. So don't block that blessing. Allow that blessing to take over. Allow God to take over. Don't try to deflect pain. Go through it. Go through pain. Through growth. Just live. Things that seem so final now, it's not. There's so much more to life. So what do I want to do now? I want to help the world. I would have never had a story without this. I want to talk to women. I want to help instill in young girls' minds that you are beautiful, you are smart, and you are worthy. And everything that we go through is for a reason. So like I said, allow it to happen. God bless, guys, and thank you for listening.